Hi, and welcome to Friday's Fun Fact. Today we're going to finish off the armor of God, and I'm going to read Ephesians 6:18. It says, "Pray in the Spirit at all times and on every occasion. Stay alert and be persistent in your prayers for all believers everywhere." So, in order for our armor to work, we have to be in prayer. The last of the weapons was really an attitude. Any general in an army or a military knows that victory almost always depends upon which army has the element of surprise. In the story of Gideon in the Bible, the soldiers were chosen based on their watchfulness. Go back and read Judges 7 and read more about this story because it's pretty cool. They caught the enemy sleeping, which was all designed by God, but the enemy was sleeping, and they won through the element of surprise. Even the best of armor is almost useless if the soldiers are found dozing. We are commanded to stay alert and be persistent in your prayers. Ephesians 6:18. Okay, so some other verses to look up about prayer and being alert, and I'll post them. Matthew 26:41, Mark 13:33, First Thessalonians 5:6, and First Peter 5:8. In First Thessalonians 5:17, it says, "Never stop praying." This does not mean we go about on our knees all day, but rather we're consistently being aware of God's presence throughout the day. And we're also aware that there is an enemy that's stalking us. He's out to steal, kill, and destroy. In the story of Nehemiah, God's people were under constant threat of attack. Look up Nehemiah 4:17 and 18. And it's a great example of being watchful. The laborers were, actually, let me read it. The laborers carried on their work with one hand, supporting their load, and one hand holding a weapon. All of the builders had a sword belted to their side. So they were constantly on alert. They were always watching and being an alert for the enemy. So that's what we're supposed to do. When we are in constant spiritual warfare, we're always supposed to be on the guard. We can't let our guard down because Satan is going to try to sneak in there in any way he can. He will use the people we love to try to get in at us. So we have to constantly be aware of our surroundings and what's going on around us. We have to constantly be in communication with God. Like I said earlier, it's not about being on our knees all day long, but I have an ongoing conversation with God all day long. That doesn't mean I'm on my knees all day long, like I said, but we're to have that communion with Him all day long. So I want to encourage you to do that. Okay, so for our fun fact, since we are looking at the armor of a Roman soldier in comparison to the armor of God, I thought it would be interesting how the Romans trained their soldiers back in those ancient days. Roman soldiers were fighting men. They were warriors. They That's what they did first and foremost. They practiced hand-to-hand combat with wooden swords, spears, and shields, and they were deliberately much heavier than what they used in battle. That way, they were overtrained or well trained when they went into battle. They trained with dummy swords and javelins made of wood. So, if they were that diligent and prepared, shouldn't we at least be as diligent, if not more so, when we're preparing for spiritual warfare? So, make sure you're being diligent. Make sure you're studying the word, which is your sword. We're being prepared. Remember, Jesus used the word of God when he fought off Satan in the wilderness. So, on that, you guys have an amazing weekend. Have a fabulous Friday, and I will talk to you tomorrow for your weekend word. Have a great day. Bye.